Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Janae Kiara and thank you for clicking on my video. So today, I literally started recording this video. This is my third time now recording this video. The first two times I didn't like how it came out because I kept like over talking and like getting emotional. But I really want to talk about this topic because I believe that somebody out there needs to hear this message. Somebody out there is going through something like this and they just need to know that it will get better. There's people out there that do understand what you're going through, and there's people out there that have been through what you're going through, and we got your back. I got your back. So yeah, the title of this video is "The Black Sheep of the Family Always Turns into the Goat." And this video is for anybody that has ever felt like the black sheep of their family. So I just want to say, like, if you've ever felt alone, like you don't fit in, like you're always the problem, this video is for you. I want to let you know that you are not alone, and in fact, being the black sheep of the family is something that a lot of successful and self-made people have experienced. And while it can be painful, it is a blessing in disguise. Okay? So just always remember that. It is a blessing in disguise, because if you think about it, if you're like the black sheep of your family, it just means that you have a higher calling. If you're normal and you're just like, you get along and you just coexist and you don't, everything is just fine and you don't want nothing more in life, you're just regular. You're not made to stand out. You're not made to, you know? Okay, so now we're going to talk about what does a black sheep mean. For those who don't know, or those who have never heard of the term before, I'm going to break it down for you. In most families, there's a sense of shared values, traditions, and expectations. The black sheep is the one who doesn't fit into that mold. It doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person, but it does mean you're different in a way that makes your family uncomfortable. Maybe you chose a different career path, a different belief system, or a completely different lifestyle. Maybe you speak up about things they would rather ignore. Or maybe no matter what you do, you just never feel fully accepted. And the hardest part, sometimes it's not even what you do, it's just who you are. Being the black sheep of your family, it can be extremely lonely. It can be extremely depressing because it just feels like you don't have anyone on your side. You don't have anyone that understands. You don't have anybody that sticks up for you. You don't have anyone that has your back. Like, coming from my own personal experience, this is how I felt. Times I felt like no one has had my back. It's really like they all have to have each other's back, and if I speak up or if I say something that someone doesn't like, or it's just it feels like everyone is against me. And I've had that experience happen multiple times, and I just come to the conclusion that it's always going to be like that, no matter what, because I'm always going to be the one to speak up or maybe disagree with something, and it's just always going to be like that. I don't know what else to say. I just have to accept the fact that I'm just the one that, I don't know, I'm just I don't even know how to explain it. Some of the biggest struggles that come with being a black sheep in your family is, number one, constant criticism, which, I mean, I can't really say that I've experienced that too much. I can kind of speak on like some experiences where I've had times where I would get called, like I would get told that I think that I'm better than my family. And I don't know, like I was really just a kid. So for people to say that, it's just like, how do I think that I'm better than you? I don't even know what it's like to be an adult yet. Anyways, number two is gonna be lack of support. Now this one really hits home with me because lack of support is like my main thing, and I don't want to get too personal deep into my life or like speak on my own personal problems, but I just struggle with lack of support. I'm thankful for a lot of my friends that I had, because it's times when I got up and I left out of my house, or I would get kicked out or whatever the case may be, and my friends had my back. Like, we're not friends anymore, but they had my back. Like, they took care of me, they fed my daughter. Like, my friends, even though we're not friends anymore, they had my back. And if you are a black sheep of your family, it's really important that you find friends that truly care about you, because you're gonna need them. Okay, number three, feeling misunderstood. So that would be like you're trying to explain yourself and nobody gets it, nobody understands. And I never know, like maybe they do get it, but they just don't want to give you that. They don't want to give you that, so they just play like, oh, that's not right, or this and that. So that is like a common thing that you will experience, is being misunderstood. And I can say, like, there's times when I've tried to express myself, but it's just like with older generations, if you say anything, they're taking it as disrespect. And I don't know how other people's families are, but that's how my family is. Like, anything that you say is going to be taken as disrespect. So you might as well just not even try to defend yourself, or even try to like explain yourself, because it's gonna be taken as disrespect. And I feel like that has like affected me in my adult life, because that affects me now with my relationships, because it's like sometimes I won't speak up, like, because I'm so used to not being able to speak up as a child and as a young adult and as a teenager, that now when I'm older, I don't speak up. In situations where I need to actually speak up, I don't. I do, but I don't. Number four is gonna be being blamed. A lot of black sheep end up being the scapegoat for family drama. If something goes wrong, it's somehow your fault, even when it makes no sense. I don't want to bring up this topic, but I'm just gonna bring it up anyways. I had a time where I was staying at my family's house, and like my daughter was like a baby. She was like a toddler, and I had baby wipes, and somehow the toilet got clogged. So my mom was like, oh, nobody used the baby wipes, like don't use that in the toilet. And I don't know who kept using it. It wasn't me. It definitely wasn't my daughter, but somebody kept using the baby wipes. And I ended up getting yelled at for that because she said that it's my fault because I should have never brought the baby wipes in the house in the first place. And it's like, I just didn't see the logic in that, and I felt like it was just easier for me to get yelled at rather than the person who actually did it. And I'm not a liar. Like, if I did something, then I did something, but I really didn't do that. And I think it was obvious that I didn't do it, but it was just easier to blame me. So number 5 is guilt and self-doubt. When your own family treats you like you're the problem, you start wondering, am I the problem? But let me tell you, just because they don't understand you doesn't mean you're wrong. So with that, I want to say, like, it's okay if you have different beliefs, if you have different views on life, if you have different, just anything, it's perfectly fine. I know it sucks, and it really just hurts so bad that your family won't agree with you or won't like come down and, you know, understand you. But it's gonna be okay. You have to just be who you are in this world. You have to be who God called you to be, period. And if that means that your family doesn't like it, then hey. Okay, so now we're going to talk about why being the black sheep is a blessing in disguise. Because the truth is, being the black sheep is actually a superpower. And here's why. Number 1, you're authentic. So number 1, you're authentic. Like, people want to be like you. People want to do what you do. People want to do their hair like you. People want to talk like you. They want to dress like you. You are unapologetically you, and that is the best thing that anybody can be. Okay, number 2 is you break generational curses. So yeah, like, you try to break generational curses. Like, I think God puts us in the same circumstances that he did as our family before, but he knows that we're going to be the one to change it and break it. It might not be perfect, it might not be all the way there, but at least you try. A lot of black sheep are the ones who challenge toxic patterns, whether that's emotional neglect, financial struggles, or outdated mindsets. So for me, like, one of my personal experiences is like, just when it comes to finding a job, and I really appreciate my grandma because she helped me go to medical school, even though that's not the career path that I wanted. But she put forth the effort and the energy to help me, and she helped me get a car, even though I had to pay her back, but she helped me. But her standpoint was more so like, you should just get a job that is always gonna be there rather than going to cosmetology school, because we don't know how that income is gonna look like. And I understand that, which is why I went to medical school and I tried it and I tried to make it work, but it just didn't work. It just wasn't my calling. And in this life, you can't pretend and you can't fake with the universe. Like, the universe knows what you're supposed to be doing. So yes, I did that, but in the long run, it didn't work out. So I guess that's just me challenging the old ways of thinking of, like, I believe that it's important to do what you love in this world, and it's not, I don't believe that people should just get a job just to pay their bills, because That's the only way that they're going to survive. I believe that if you do what you love in this lifetime, that God will provide. That's what I believe. So we have two totally different mindsets and outlooks on life, but that's okay. Like, I just want to let you guys know that that's okay. And it's fine. Like, don't beat yourself up because you can't get somebody else to understand where you're coming from. They'll probably understand it down the line when you actually accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. Okay, number 3 is that you build your own life. Instead of following the safe or expected path, you carve out your own destiny. And that's what leads to true success. So yeah, if you're a black sheep, you believe that you have the power to create your own reality. You believe that you have the power to manifest, and you exercise that, and you co-create with the universe. So yeah, I just think that in this life it's important to go after what you want, because you only get one life, and you don't want to be 40 years old, 50, 60, 70 years old looking back like, dang, I wish I could have did this, or dang, I wish I could have did that. And now you're looking at the person younger than you, and now you're mad, now you're hating because they're actually doing it and you didn't. Like, you can't be mad at me. And the last one is you learn independence early. When you don't have constant support, you learn how to make things happen for yourself. And that kind of strength is priceless. So yes, you learn how to be independent. And this one kind of sucks, you guys. It really sucks, because like, I'm just thinking back to one of my old best friends that I had, and I remember she was having like a gender reveal because she was pregnant, and she kept asking for my help. Like, she was like, can you help me like cook the food, and can you help me do this, and can you help me do that? And I had already helped her a lot. I had already like went to Walmart and got her a bunch of stuff for her baby shower, like the decorations, the balloons, the plates. Like, I got her so much stuff. So it's like, you want more. So I still ended up helping her, but the whole time where I was helping her cook the food, I just kept telling her like, girl, you need to learn how to like be independent. Like, you need to like do something about this, because I was mad. Honestly, I was mad because we were up till like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was literally like peeling potatoes because she was making mashed potatoes. And that's why I was really mad, because it's like, I don't want to peel potatoes at 1 o'clock in the morning. I want to go to bed. Like, you should have had a job so you could have got this food catered or something for your gender reveal. You don't even need a full meal, a full feast like this. So I was upset about that, but I just felt like it just kind of sucked, because I just was, the whole time I was thinking about my own gender reveal and how I barely had help with my own gender reveal. I had to do everything by myself. I had to buy all the stuff, like decorate it. I had to do everything by myself, and that's with everything that I ever do. All my birthday parties, all my events, anything that I ever did, I always had to do it all by myself. Whenever I moved, I have to do it by myself. If like anything that I have to do, I have to do it by myself, because I don't have a lot of family. I don't have a dad. I don't have like a grandfather or like a big family. So in that moment, I kind of was just taking my anger out and my frustration out on her, because I felt like it was never fair for me, because I always had to do everything on my own, and that's not right, and that's not cool. And it's just a trauma thing of having trauma, I guess. Like, it's my own trauma of me having to do everything by myself, and I just kind of took it out on her. Some of the most successful people in the world were black sheep in their families. They didn't follow the traditional path, and guess what? It paid off. So, to follow how to own your role as the black sheep. Number 1, stop trying to fit in where you were never meant to. Own your uniqueness. It's what makes you you. So stop trying to fit in with where you don't fit in. Like, you have to use your time wisely, because before you know it, you're going to be 40 years old. So I think it's very important to, I know it's hard, but I think it's very important to just accept how things are and that they're never going to change. And that reminds me of my friend that I was literally just talking about. Like, she struggled with this, and I would tell her, like, girl, you have to get away from your family. Like, the drama and the negativity is going to, like, overcome your whole life, and you're not going to be able to you're not going to live up to your full potential that you have on this earth. Like, you have so much potential. You're so beautiful. Like, she was so pretty. I just really liked her a lot, but it's just like, sometimes when you're a black sheep, your life can be hard, and your family can make it really hard for you, and it can be hard to overcome that. And yeah, you end up being 50 years old, and you end up looking back, and you end up being bitter and mad at other people. And I hope that she's doing good. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. I really hope that everybody's doing good in their life. But the next one is going to be set boundaries. Just because their family doesn't mean you have to tolerate negativity, guilt tripping, or toxic behavior. Protect your peace. So yeah, you definitely want to set boundaries. Don't let anybody walk all over you. Family or not, don't let anybody just treat you like whatever. Like, who cares? You can walk away from anybody. The only person that you need in this lifetime is God. The only person that is going to be with you throughout this whole lifetime is God. And it sucks to say, but okay, so the next one is going to be find your people. If your family doesn't fully accept you, find a support system that does, whether that's friends, mentors, or an online community. Surround yourself with people who see you for who you really are. And this is really, really big, and I just think it's really important. Find people that support you. You need that, because it can get really lonely. It can get depressing. You can start to feel isolated, and it just breeds all this negative thoughts and emotions that is unnecessary. The next thing you want to do is use it as fuel. Every time someone doubts you, take that as motivation to prove them wrong. Let your success speak for itself. So yes, definitely turn your pain into power. So make sure you're being creative and putting this pain into something that's gonna grow. Be creative and just watch how successful you become. This is how, like, all millionaires and billionaires are made. They literally start off being homeless. They start off being bullied, isolated, just picked on, never accepted, and boom, they're rich. That's what happened to Beyonce. Like, her mom told a story about Beyonce. She was like 7 years old, and I guess she was playing at school, and she was playing by herself, and when her mom picked her up from school, she saw her playing by herself, but she saw the other kids over there, and she was like, hey, how come you guys aren't playing with my daughter? And they were like, because we don't want to, like, she's ugly and annoying. And yeah, she ended up being rich. She ended up being a millionaire. So the next thing is forgive but don't forget. And this one's tricky. You don't have to hold on to anger, but you do need to remember who people have shown you they are, and love from a distance if you have to. I want to tell you guys that you are not broken. You are not a failure. You're just on your own path. You're just different, and that is a beautiful thing. But yeah, I love you guys, and if this video spoke to you, please let me know in the comments. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.